including you and I. Who wants to be a homeowner? Who is already a homeowner? I am a homeowner. Okay, because you have subscribed. If you have subscribed, you're a homeowner. If you're yet to subscribe, you will become a homeowner by the time we're done with the training today. Okay, so that's our vision. I said that before. To make home ownership dream a reality. And our mission is to discover affordable lands in fast developing areas and make these known to you, and also show you how you can make money to buy land and build your own house, or how you can make money to buy your own home. This is the final bus stop for accommodation, home ownership headache. So if somebody is thinking, I don't know when I'll ever be able to have enough money in this Lagos or anywhere you are to be able to afford a decent home for my family, we're telling you, you don't need to look any further. Just sign up today. Okay, and we're going to show you how you're going to climb the ropes and actually achieve that dream. Isn't that wonderful? That somebody doesn't have to wake up and is wondering, I'm a tenant, when am I ever going to have my own home? And everybody's dream, is anybody here that his dream is not to have his own home? Is there anybody that wants to be an everlasting tenant? Let me see, everlasting tenants. Who wants to be, who wants to be a landlady or a landlord? Okay, so if you raise your hand, then I'm talking to the right people. I want to show you how you can do that. So our core values are captured in this acronym, ARISE, which stands for accountability, responsibility, integrity, service, and excellence. This is what P1 stands for. Don't you like this? It's amazing. Now these are the founders. So many of us already know them. I call them my real estate parents or my real estate mentors. And for many of us here too, they are the same with them. So this is Dr. Austin Ozioma Omumere and Dr. Jane Obioma Omumere. So they are the founders of this phenomenon called the P1 group. A brief history. So it was founded by this couple who sometime in 2012 were homeless and simply looking for just 300,000 naira to rent a flat. I said earlier that it's a powerful business with a powerful vision. Okay, the vision of the business was birthed from a place of need. You know, they were looking for something for themselves, but God Almighty dropped something in their spirits that was not just going to help them, but help millions of people all over the world, all over the country, all over Lagos, all over Lekki, and you know, just keeps going. So that's why I said it's a good venture for you to sign up. It's a good thing to identify with the brand. It was birthed P1 was birthed out of the wilderness experience. I talked about that. So that is what drives the vision, making home ownership dream a reality for as many people as possible. This homeless couple, they were at the time squatting. You know, I've heard this story over and over again, and it's a very inspiring story, an extremely inspiring story. How that a couple, they lived in, I think, about 13, I don't know if it's written here, they squatted in about 13, am I correct, 88? Yeah, 13. My brain is working. You know, they moved, can you imagine moving your things within a space of time for 13 good times? 2 years, right? It's very inconveniencing. 13 good times. And you can imagine all the insults, all the, you know, your self-esteem will just nosedive. You'll just be wondering, why is my own like this, you know? So it was at that point that this business was birthed for the very first time. So now this homeless couple ended up building a brand which has in turn created several landlords and millionaires in real estate. We have so many of them here. This one is one of them. She's a millionaire. This one, she's one of them. And me too, I'm one of them. I'm pastor. We're not saying it by faith, we are in reality. So the brand started as P1 Homes with expansion in mind, and in 2015, P1 Homes gave birth to a new company called P1 Edge. P1 Edge is the next affiliate that was birthed, and this emerged as the first affiliate. Then from 2016 to 2019, other affiliates were birthed. So currently today we have about 21, and these are the affiliates. How we operate. We introduce network marketing into real estate because of its multi-level compensation plan. So, how many of us have heard about passive and active income? You've heard about it? Okay. So we're about to explain what that is now. A lot of people exchange time for money. But in the P1 business, we're not preaching exchanging time for money. Okay? We're preaching, or we're pushing the idea that you can replicate yourself and you can compound what you earn. Do you understand? You can earn both actively and passively. That's what we push, the idea we push in the brand. So as the first ever company to incorporate network marketing into real estate globally, that's a big one. We empower people to make an honest living through real estate marketing and also show them how they can acquire affordable properties at zero cost. The P1 group presently operates in 15 states. I think it's more than 15 now. This needs to be updated, and you can see all the states. Trust me, P1 will also come to your state if it's not there already, or maybe even your village. So we're really growing. So we market property using the network marketing system. How many people have heard about the multi-level marketing system? Yes, many of us have heard it. So which one are you staying? Is it which slide are we talking about? Okay, so stay here. So the network marketing model. So the product, and many of you have heard about Forever Living, all these supplement companies and all of that. So it's the same method of marketing, okay? The only thing is that in P1, the product is real estate, and the compensation plan is mind-blowing. So you can see go back so that they understand. You can see, this person brings that person brings, do you understand? The person in the middle is the first person that signs up. The first person brings 5 people. Those people that are in red circles, are you seeing it? And then each of those 5 people in red circles bring their own 5 in the blue circles. And guess what? Those 5 in the blue circles, each of them inside that blue circle, each of them, if one of them bring 5, let's imagine green circle. Do you understand? And each of them in that green circle, they bring another 5. This is how your team can grow. This is how your team can grow. And for every time you're recruiting people, and people you're recruiting are recruiting people, and people that you're recruiting that are recruiting people, and like that, you are making money in P1, period. So stick that in your mind. Recruitment is sweet. Somebody says it's beer, right? What's beer? Beyond anybody else. Whatever. It's an interesting thing. So P1 Group is a leading network marketing real estate firm. We'll touch this one, right? It's the first, we said that one. We're also focused on being a leader in the area of corporate social responsibility. It's not just about being the first and all of that. We care about our environment, okay? So we are leaders in that area. So not only are we making money and empowering people, we're also giving back to the society, okay? So that's what we do. We have made thousands of people homeowners, like many people here today, and many people are going to be joining us. Through our highly flexible business model, we now have estates and we operate in 14 states and counting. We have sold and allocated many of our estates while others are at various stages of development. P1 builds, P1 acquires property, P1 allocates you property, okay? So it's not just about buying the property, we also allocate people. And in fact, there's something I learned from the chairman of the group. He said something when we're both talking to a client of mine. We had a Zoom meeting with them recently, and he said, see, P1 does not just sell the property and run away from you. He said, we're going to stay with you until when you're developing, because you still have to work with them. Do you understand? You still have to work with P1 in whatever you're developing in the estates that they own. So we have commenced buildings in some of our estates. We have started a program to enable our members own their own homes. So prior to last year, we were just selling property and also building our sales teams through recruitment. But up until May last year, we included something. The visionaries are forever thinking about how they can empower people. In fact, the chairman of the group, his nickname is called Mr. Empowerment. Okay? So they are forever thinking of how to empower people, how to, get them to move forward in their life. So apart from just selling to clients and making your commissions and all of that, they thought about how they can empower people in owning homes. We were at the boot camp recently, just concluded here in Lagos, and the visionary herself, which is GMD, Dr. Jane Omere, she said something. She said, P1 has been giving out cars, they have been giving out land, okay? They have been giving out cash. But she said something, she said, now we want to give out houses. Isn't that amazing? Imagine somebody just, yeah, put your hands together for that if you've seen that. Amazing. Imagine somebody giving you the key to a house. Pastor, how would you like it? Just imagine, you're just stepping out and just say, congratulations, Pastor. Because you're a PBO, this is the key to your house. You gotta tell your family, your problems have ended today. Just follow me. Alright, so that's what we do. Now, I've been empowering people. These pictures and the ones that will be coming after now are pictures of people that were rewarded in the past. People that have taken this business seriously, people that have sold, people that have recruited, people that are high flyers, people that are just doing amazing things. And many of them today are MDs in the company. You know, they've risen to the rank of becoming managing directors in the company, and of course, they'll also go higher and beyond. This is our current ambassador. So our ambassadors are usually based on sales or recruitment. But recently, the visionaire of the business, which is GMD herself, Dr. Mrs. Omere, has put a lot of emphasis in recruitment. So that is our 2020-2021 group ambassador in the person of Madam Chinelo Obodo. And many of us already know her. So that vehicle was given to her last year when she emerged the current ambassador for the group. All these fantastic all these pictures are all expense paid trips that the company sponsored for its partners. So if you sign up today, or you already signed up, there's a way you can distinguish yourself in the business and you qualify for all expense paid trips. Look at them, beautiful people, happy people, joyous people, prosperous people, fantastic looking people, traveling all over the world. That's USA. We have the GoPro program in 2018. Look at, this is Ghana, I was here. Thousands of, not thousands, so many people there. Okay, this was, go back. Yeah, 2019. 5-star treatment, all expense paid trips. Luxury treatment from the airport to when you land and when you're back. Somebody said, when we go for these trips, taking off and leaving to whatever country is always sweet, but coming back we're like, oh, this is about to end. Once you enter Nigeria breeze will blow you. You say, yes, we'll come back home. Well, it's an amazing thing. Yeah, next slide. So that's performance bonuses. So I told you that when you're talking about the P1 business to your prospective recruits, talk confidently because you are a stakeholder. Somebody say stakeholder. Some people in P1, they relate with the staff, they relate with the business as though they are employees. The employees. And the staff, they are, I mean, like the chairman and they are the employers, right? But that's the wrong mindset. You need to change that. That's not the reality on ground. If you're a PBO, you are a what? Stakeholder. That is why when you're talking to somebody about recruitment, you're speaking on behalf of the company. And that's why you need to know the company that you're representing. You need to be abreast with all the information. You need to arm yourself with the facts. Do you understand? Information about the business. If you don't know basic things about the business, our concern is we don't know whether you're really doing the business. But, you know, it's important that you understand that you're a stakeholder, and because you're a stakeholder, at the end of every year, usually it's from, we have our conventions in March, so it's from April to the following year, March. That's our own fiscal year. You know what I mean by fiscal year? Financial year. So in March, we award our performing, thank you so much, we award our performing partners and PBOs with what we call performance bonuses. So these are like, they share in the profit. So the company will come up with how much they made that year, and they will divide it amongst these high flyers, people that did well in sales, people that did well in recruitment. Okay, last year, my husband and I, we got very fat checks. We went for the convention. We did not know they were going to give us check. We came back with over 1 million, close to 2 million. Idi, am I not saying the truth? She got almost 800.
I got 240 something.
Who again got here? There's so many. Look at the pictures, so many, and I know many of them. Okay, so performance bonus 2020. The evolution of the business model. So I just talked to you about that. Prior to last year, May, we were just doing sales and recruitment. But as at May 2020, we decided to add the home ownership bit into the business, and that is what we're going to be explaining in the next slide. So let's talk about this program. Okay, the P1 Business Owners Program. Do you want to hear about it? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Hope I'm not boring you. No. Okay. I cannot even be boring. What do you mean by that? I don't believe you if you say I'm boring. I'm very exciting. And I'm excited. I'm an excited human being. Okay, so what is the P1 Business Owner Program? Now, as a pioneer in the real estate industry, I'm following our vision of making home ownership a reality. P1 Group has designed this program for our members to begin their journey towards owning their own property, subscribing to a house or land in any of our P1 affiliates. Do you remember the affiliates? All those blue, we have so many. P1 Edge, P1 Plus, P1 Grow, P1 Legend, P1 Lekki, all of them. We want you to subscribe to homes in any of these affiliates. So the P1 Business Owner Program is designed for you to become a proud owner of a land or house. Wow. Ranging from 1.5 to 60 million, depending on your capability. So prior to now, you just have your sales commissions, you have your referral bonuses for referring people. There was no home ownership scheme. There was no provision for us to own homes. Well, P1 has evolved. And it has evolved into this PBO program, the P1 Business Owners Program that we're currently running, which is a better package, a juicier package, and a more rewarding package. In fact, it's a mind-blowing package. I posted something recently on my status, and I said real estate is the proverbial pot of gold. So you have to key into it. And Increase said, no, by somehow you failed. I said, how did I fail? He said, no, it's PBO. And I think I understand what it means. Because if you, we're going to explain to you how the P1 business program is even greater than the real estate that I was talking about as a proverbial pot of gold. Because the money, the compensation plan, the incentives there, they are simply mind-blowing. Say simply mind-blowing.
Simply mind-blowing.
They're simply mind-blowing, and I'm going to show you that. So what is this P1 Business Owner Program? Gives you liberty to choose the best payment plan suitable for your budget and work with it. It's the best home ownership plan, the best, because it gives you flexibility. You choose. You can decide to do it small for 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. You can also decide to just take one leap in 1 year, 2 years. You can decide to even do it in 1 month, whatever. There's that flexibility. Not for clients, for you, the one that is signing up today, or have signed up, or you sign up tomorrow. P1 has estates in various locations. We said that. You can choose from any of those locations. In fact, at the beginning, when I asked GMD, I said, GMD, somebody's asking, the person wants house in their village. He said, yes. As long as the person can give us the land, if you're doing the PBO, if you're following the PBO system, and you're able to accumulate your PBs, that is equal to that 2-bedroom, whatever apartment, P1 will come there and build a house. Isn't that amazing? Come to your village or anywhere you want and build a house. Yours is just to provide the land. PBO is a member of the P1 group that starts a PBO is a member of the P1 group that starts his or her own P1 business by first subscribing for a land or house. So before now, you come into the business, to recruit people to join your team. It's a sales team where they're also going to be recruiting other people. But now we're saying you join your team by ab initio, means, remind me, I'm a lawyer, at the beginning, you sign up, you make a payment for your land, or your house. Okay, that was not obtainable before, but as since last year, May, you come into the business with the mindset that I am paying, I'm making my first deposit for my house or my land in P1. Think about it. I think we should give P1 a big round of applause. Some people do not have brave back. Give P1 a big round of applause! Let's talk about the benefits. Let's talk about the benefits of this P1 business. Can you hear me? Benefits are many. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and the person said, I showed the person some pictures and some video evidence and all that. The person said, the money is big, oh. I said, wait, let me show you the benefits. I started asking myself, what do they give me my money is big? 52,000 is big. Well, it's big, but it's also small. Depending on where you're coming from. Do you understand? So when I said, wait, let me show you the benefits, he said, you mean? Because it's all Lagos business, they will sponsor it, they will give me car, I said, yes. In fact, look at my car, the person shouted it. So the benefits are many. You're going to be earning what we call PV. Now, some of you are already conversant with network marketing, so you know about point value. Or for those of you that don't know what it means, PV means, it simply means point value. And in P1, as the visionaire has explained to us, the currency that we use, our Naira and Kobo in P1, to calculate our money for our house. I'm breaking it down so you understand. That house that you subscribe with your 15,000 or 150 or 1 million or 1.5, our currency, our Naira and Kobo is PV. So you exchange that PV for the house. I even understood that. Yes, so that's the currency. Every point value accrued is translated to cash. See? And 50% of that money is paid into your home ownership account and 50% paid into your bank account. You accrue point value as you recruit people. Everybody, I'm going to see that in the next slide. Another benefit is you choose the location of your house or land. You're not under compulsion, it doesn't have to be Lagos, it can be anywhere. You can subscribe from home for home ownership for your children. How about that? Before your child even gets to age 25, he already has a house. Don't you imagine that, oh, I wish my parents thought about that. By now, I'll be talking about rent. But you can plan for your children using the PBO program. You can choose to pay monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly. Freedom, flexibility. Are you seeing the benefits? Are you appreciating it? I need you to allow it to enter, do you understand? Appreciate it. Turn it around in your mind and imagine it. You can win brand new cars, you can qualify for all expense paid trips abroad. And the P1 is very easy. I think P1 is the easiest real estate company that you can work with that can make you fly very high. Any small effort you do, they will reward you. I mean, well, agree with me. Small effort, just small thing you do, they will start calling your name. Remember the first time I sold, that wasn't my first, that was my second. My first, I didn't get any incentive because I didn't even know my way around like that. But the second one, they gave me like 5 bags of rice. I've never seen that kind of quantity of rice. Like, somebody just give you, they gave you almost like 10, what do you call it? Vegetable oil, those big ones. It was from P1 Plus, 2.5 million. They were doing, I think for every 500,000 you make, you mobilize, you get your client to pay, they give you a certain something. And I didn't even, I was new, so that client paid miraculously. It was a miraculous payment. And when they called me, they said, oh, we have something for you in the office. I said, what's that? I said, it was an incentive, just small something. So when I came, I saw rice, and I said, oh, they want to give me rice. Okay, that's nice. I thought it was 1 bag. And I was just sitting down there, they were like, okay. When they brought the first bag, my husband was there, I was like, okay, let's carry this one and put it inside the boot. They said, no, we have not finished. I didn't know about the 500K. Every 500K you make some, you have a, They brought back. I said, at the point I sat down, I said, okay, let's wait for them to finish. By the time they finished, I said, they made me write an oil distributor. I had to post it on the group. Mr. Junior just carried it all over the group. I was like, what? You know, it was amazing. You know, the joy, I wasn't expecting that, but I said that to say that in P1, you are rewarded, you're compensated for every simple or small effort you make. I remember that I was also still paid my commission. I was paid commission for that sale. How do I earn? Somebody is here is asking, how do I earn in this business? Look at all these ways you can earn. Imagine having a job and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 12 ways you can earn on that job. Can you just imagine? You're working in a bank, and in that bank, apart from your salary, you have 12 or 13 or 14 other ways. While you're inside that bank, you're earning money. I want to show you. Through direct recruitment bonus. Every time you sign up somebody else with that, I like talking about 52,650. I think that's my favorite. You can still recruit people with 1,650, even 150 and all of that. But I think the one that comes to me the most is the classic one, the 52,650. So every time and let's use that as case study. Are we together? Okay, so every time you recruit somebody with that 52,650, you earn 11,520. Before it was 7,200, but we have upgraded. We are forever upgrading. I told you. The visionaries of the business are forever thinking of how they can empower you more. This is a business you should not even think twice. Just sign up. Sign up already. Then we'll tell you later. But I tell you, you will come and tell us thank you. Just sign up already. We're having direct recruitment bonuses. So if you recruit somebody today, first of all, you sign up to 52,650. You recruit somebody today with 52,650, company will pay you 11,520 naira. If that new person you've recruited, let's call him Mr. A, recruits another person with 52,650, the company will pay Mr. A 11,550 and pay me, who recruited Mr. A, 5,760. So imagine I recruited Mr. A, and maybe I traveled for 1 month. I was not really around. I didn't really take my recruitment seriously. But Mr. A goes about recruiting people. He recruited like 10 people, 15 people. 15 times 5,670 is what will be coming into your account. You just be your, wherever you are, outside Lagos for 1 month, and you just receive alerts. Do you understand? So that's indirect, that's why it's called. That's not as a result of your own direct effort, but indirect effort. Direct sales commission, you make a sale of land or house in P1, you make a commission, 5 to 10%. Other states remain 15%. So Lagos is 5 to 10%. Yeah. Direct sales, sales you make on your own. So far, are you with me? Any question? Are you following? Who did I lose along the road? Everybody's with me. Indirect sales commission. So there are 3 levels. Yes, please.
Indirect bonus, 5,760. If I make a recruitment now, I'll be paying 11,750.
Yes.
And he can downline recruit somebody.
Yes.
I'll be paying 5,760.
Yes, and your downline will be paid 11,520.
Okay, but to be restricted to that guideline level, any other person who recruits is not going to come to me.
Yes, so we improved on it. Before now, up to the 3rd generation, we'll be getting indirect recruitment bonus. Okay, when it was still 7,200, you would earn at the 3rd level. But now, when we increase it to 11,520, you only earn at that 2nd level. Did you understand his question? Yeah. Indirect sales commission. So let's say this is my brother. So my brother signs up today. He makes a sale in P1 plus or something. He gets 5%, which is a house. 10% if it's land. He recruits madam, this beautiful woman here wearing green. He recruits her into his team, and she makes a sale in P1 Legend. P1 Legend pays her 10% if it's land, 5% if it's house, and pays you that brought her 2.5. She recruits him into the business. He makes a sale. P1 pays him 5 or 10%, depending on whether it's in a house or land. She gets 2.5, you get 1.5%. So just imagine you have, at this level, you have 10 people. At this level, you have 25 people. And even if it is 20% of them that are selling, you are constantly making money. Constantly. Are you appreciating the structure now? So center recruitment bonuses. So center, when you grow your team to become a center, I think you need to be up to 30 ADA, right? Yeah, so we're all, I think our names are on the centers of the registration. Yeah, so you grow up to a manager level with 30 and become a center manager. So at the end of the fiscal year, they compute the total number of recruitment your center did, and they're going to pay you a bonus. I told you that you're like a share 1%. You know, I told you that you're like a shareholder with the brand. So whatever they make in that fiscal year, in terms of recruitment, they give you 1% of that. Same also for sales. So you see center sales bonus. Then we have the PBO monthly performance bonuses, which we do. In fact, I think there's one currently running, the Valentine one. If you recruit 5 people, you make 11,520 on each of them, and then you also pay 28,000 naira extra. Okay, and if you also recruit 30 classic gold, you become a manager, and then you earn 144. See? Put your hands together for P1. Everywhere you turn to, you're earning money. In P1, you cannot be lazy. Do you understand? If you have a drive to succeed, I've done tremendous amount of drive. This is my head. It's in there inside. And I'm not joking. Do you understand? You have to have that. In fact, you don't even have to have that. You have it. You need to call it out. Because it's there already, sitting and like some people, they are sleeping. The giant inside of them is sleeping. But P1 will wake that giant up. Because I don't believe there's any human being without capacity or potential. You have it. Just that you have not discovered your own. When you discover it, you jack it up. And when it is up, you set it to start running. And when it starts running, you never look back, just keep going. You make mistakes, just be learning on the road. Don't slow down, okay? So that's what you earn. Of course, we have the PB bonus, 50-50. I told you PB is a currency. Then, of course, we have the annual performance bonus, which we saw. Some of us saw the pictures. Did you see those pictures where they're giving good checks? Remember those pictures? Okay, so those are the performance bonuses. VIP bonuses. That is also available. Manager bonuses, for manager, the terms and conditions that apply there. And of course, direct bonuses. Next slide. So far, with me? Who is with me? Did I lose anybody? Lose anybody? Yeah, with me. Okay, next slide, please. So, this is just a graphical representation of what my brother will explain to you. Who understands it just by looking at it? Who does not understand it? Let me explain. Who understands it? Everybody. Who does not understand it? Nobody. Nigerians. Do you know that 90% of people think they are listening, but they're not listening? Do you know that? Do you know that? Or sometimes they listen, but they're not hearing. Do you know you listen with this, you hear with your, probably should use the word, with your spirit. That's why somebody, I can be explaining the P1 business to somebody, and the person's like, now I get it. The person finds himself in that vision. Do you understand? Locates himself that I am going to do this in the next 3 months. Meanwhile, I was talking to 2 people. That one heard me. But the other one that was listening throughout from beginning to end, only listened, did not hear. So when I ask a simple question, train yourself to be that alert. Do you understand? Train yourself. A lot of people are sleeping inside. Don't sleep inside. I'm not talking about physically sleeping. Like, they are not just... Some people are going to get to age 80 and they're wondering, what did I even do with my life? I don't want to be there. When I wake up in the morning and I see the lion is up, I'm looking for something to tear. Do you understand? I'm looking for something to just pieces. Because I'm going to wake up in the morning. Another day. You be like that too. Not you, that person will be like that too. 85. My children are not sending me this. My children, why are you like that? Don't be like that. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Don't be like that. That's not who you're supposed to be. When you're listening, make sure you hear. If you're listening and you're not hearing, you can as well just go home, go and do something more productive. Except people start doing, they've not heard. I have a very large team by God's grace. I know the people that have heard. Some people have not heard. But you tell yourself, not only do I listen, but I hear. As I'm communicating through words and gesticulations, on my hand movements, and through these diagrams you're seeing, I want you to locate yourself there. Don't say it is for those people in front, it's for Ambassador ADA, for Pastor, for all these great people. As you're listening to me, even if it's your first time, hello, some people are pressing phone, leave that phone first. Listen to me, just leave phone. As you are listening, just carry yourself and put yourself in. This is where you have, I bring my phone, just put your passport photograph, put your passport face there and say, that is Oma. Oma is there. That's how it starts. Because I tell you, do you know, I wake up every day and I pray for this brand. Because I've been practicing law for like about 15 years. 15 years post-call. I've worked in the biggest law firms. I've only worked with senior advocates. And when I went into the corporate world, I worked with oil and gas servicing companies. I rose to managerial level. And I was being paid well. Until I understood that employment can be shaky when they're downsizing. And everybody's looking for how to economize. Do you understand? And I remember chairman telling me then that, no, you can do it. I said, I'm not really an entrepreneur. You know, I was just this kind of person. I like safe. You know, I just want to be safe. When I just started paying that 500K every month, it's okay. It's okay for me. I didn't know that I was, you know, sometimes when you introduce the P1 business opportunity to people, this is the way I see it. Some people are on a particular track in their life. They are on this train, you know the railway. Let's imagine that this is a railway station and a train is on that rail, on that railway station. And there's another train just beside it. Some people are on a train that is going nowhere. But inside their heart, they feel secure with 250, 150. When you share the P1 business opportunity with them, you take them out of that limiting train. That inside of them, they think, well, there's AC, is okay, at least I can walk around. You remove them from that track automatically, and you put them on the fast track. So every day I wake up and I say, thank God for this brand. Thank God I listened to this man when he spoke to me. I didn't listen to him initially. I was running away, let me not lie. For 2 years I was just dodging. And he happens to be living in my estate, so anytime I see him, I just dodge. I say, this man again, I'm done for Africa. I just take the back. But sometimes he will catch me. When he catches me, he will start pouring him. I say, hey God, what will I do? Until I had to I think I should do that 1,650, let him leave me alone. Because the person was like, oh yeah, just do the consultant one. I said, okay. And I did it. I said, okay, please, bye-bye. Don't call me again. Just be there. And for 2 years, I was just groping. I was in my office work, wearing skirt suit and high heels, carrying wig. Oh my God, until they started talking some funny things. And I found myself at home. I said, how did I land here? I started looking at my resume. I said, see all the big people. And the Holy Spirit helped me and said, go back to that, you know. And I was coming out one day from my house. I think I wanted to go buy something at the mall. I came to Lagos and the first thing I did was to give my car as a seed. It was a brand new car. I just went to the altar one day. I dropped the seed. I said, Lord, in this Lagos, I will eat the good of this land. I don't know anybody. So I dropped my brand new car there and I started trekking. I'm not saying you should go and do it. It's according to your faith. Yeah, I know what I believe. So as I came out of my house that day, you know, God is a perfect organizer. He's a perfect organizer. He's an extraordinary strategist. He knows how to connect you to people you would never ever think you will ever meet in your life. So as I just came out, just wearing my slippers, going to that BGC mall to go and buy something, I met somebody in P1, driving a P1 branded car. And the person stopped and said, "Are you going to the gates? I can see you're walking slowly, because I was strolling." I said, "Yes." He said, "Let me drop you." I entered. It was P1 staff, the driver and 3 of them. They were talking about a certain lady, I don't call names. They just gave a brand new car. It was a Hyundai Elantra. And they were talking about how that the car is in the house, is red color, this one. I was like, "Is this P1? And I remembered chairman. I said, "Yes." He said, "Is the car really in the house?" I said, "Yes, we can even take you there." They started, the 3 of them just came on me at the same time. They started telling me, "P1 this, P1 that, P1, Between the distance from where I was to where we got to BGC gate, I said, "Okay, how much is it?" They said it's 37. I said, "So if I bring 37 now, you will give me car." I said, "In fact, you said, we even think you can do more than car. I didn't want to know, yeah, this one." I said, "Okay." And me, I was shy because I was like, "So where will I pay the money?" Then was he using forms, hard copy. The driver said, "Don't worry, I'll come to your, you stay with BGC, I'll come to your house, I'll collect the money, I'll bring the form, I'll bring," they used to give us this backpack, this, what do you call it, documents, this, something that you can carry your flyers, and then they give you the P1 pin, the badge, and then the P1 sticker. Say, "I'll bring all your items for registration." I said, "Okay." And I was in my house following day, this man landed with the form. I said, "You're very serious." So, "See, I've not seen the car." I said, "From here, let's go to the house." And I even discovered that chairman's house was the same road with mine. So I made a transfer, and I filled the form, and I said, "So with this one now," I'm ready. Say, "Yes, you're ready to go." So I gave him the form, he went, submitted it and all. So later I called him and said, "I've registered, oh, this is your company." Finally, he said, "What did you register with?" I told him. He said, he hailed me. I was like, "Good." He told me, "Start attending trainings." I said, "Okay, like how many times?" He said, "You go as many times." In fact, he said, "Start with 10. I said, "I should be entering the same training and be hearing the same thing 10 times. He said, "Yes, because every time you come, you're going to hear something different." I said, "I've never heard that one before." But you see, I always tell people, when you see successful people, you mirror them. Success is not a mirror, it's not a happenstance. Do you know what I mean? Success is not something that happens by chance. It's something that is, you can program it. And you can have results consistently if you do the same things. So I started, and I was going. Every day I would go. First time I went, I said, "Where's Ebozoje? Ebozoje, Oasis Garden." You know, they were just talking some names. I said, "How will I now sell this land?" I said, after the, before I could even finish organizing my thought, they said, "Okay, it's time for inspection. All of you write your name." I was just following. I just wrote my name. So I enter. We're going to Oakwood Garden. We'll show you Oakwood. I didn't understand one thing. I was just seeing land and road. I didn't have bearing. I was like, "Where is the Lekko? Where is Dangote?" Where, I just moved inside the vehicle. They brought us back. They gave us water. So I now got to him and I said, wow. I said, "How will I even do this? I don't understand." Like, he said, "Did you learn anything?" I said, "I know, I learned, registration, all those things." And chairman being so kind, I think he saw something in me. He said, "Okay, you know what?" I think he called his driver and he said, "Take her to all the estates in P1 on that Dangote refinery road." It was sunny then. It's still sunny. So Sonny came to pick me, and I got into the car. They showed me all Paradise, remember Paradise Garden? They showed me everything. I was still a bit confused, but in my mind I felt, okay, at least if there's anything I don't understand, I can run back to chairman. "Please, help me talk to this person." But what I'm trying to point out is that I just followed. Okay, I just followed. I didn't understand everything, but I just followed. And the more I listened, the more I understood. The more I listened, the clearer it became. Now I can communicate the P1 vision. If I communicate it to you, you will follow me. Yeah. Because you see, the vision has to drive you for people to feel your heat. Some people say, "I'm not recruiting." I say, "You have not understood the business." If you have swallowed the vision, if you have copied and pasted your face there, and you see yourself attaining that height, even if you're 2 months in the business, you'll be able to communicate. All you need to communicate is your passion. So somebody say, "What if they ask me a question that I cannot answer?" At that time, when you're exhibiting that passion, they will not be able to ask you questions you cannot understand. You don't have answers to. Because they'll be carried away with your drive. Even if they want to form the question, it will escape from their head again. They may listen to you. Some people say, just drink the medicine, don't worry, I don't have to explain what is going to cure your body, just drink it, I know you'll be fine. Something like that, you know. So that was how I joined, and it's been, I wake up, ADA will testify, there's so many people here. There is no week in this P1 for the past 3 years that I don't have alerts on my phone. We went for boot camp recently. As I was entering boot camp, 202,000 from P1 Plus. The following day, as we're listening to Mr. Kwete, 158,000. I don't even know who is making this sale. In fact, the 202, I heard it was 3%. I say, who is that? By the time they started listing what the person did. Because I was thinking, I know I didn't really sell, you know, and I know, you know, 88, for the 3 days we were there, I was receiving alerts both for recruitment and for sales. So what are you not talking about? I am here to tell you that you can do this thing. I know some people are listening to me and you're a bit aloof. You're looking at it, you're observing from distance. Me too, I did that. But I said, you don't waste time, because I didn't waste time after a while. Just jump in. And then tomorrow you go down on your knees and say, Father, thank you for these people. I see myself calculating figures. That time I was working in paid employment. I was doing all those 500, 450, 350. If I write 350 check like this, my head, I'll be feeling like I'm arrived. You know, if you talk to me, I say, do you know who you're talking to? I just realized I was just a jingle person that time. But now when I look at some checks, I'm a Christian to the core, my husband is a pastor, and I say I'm going to give God certain amounts. I begin to wonder the growth. Do you understand? Like, million is like, do you understand? And I look and say, which other business am I doing? I'm not doing drugs, God forbid. I'm not doing Yahoo, God forbid. It's P1. They called me from our church office. They said, what's your partnership target this year? By the time I told them, the lady started speaking in tongues. I said, yes, speak in tongues, because that money has to come. And I said, what kind of audacity and boldness is that? One time I received 8 million at once as commission in this company. She knows about it. I didn't say 800,000. 8 million plus. In fact, I had to call the man that connected me. I said, you know what, I'm a giver. By the time I transferred 2.5, the man collapsed. Because the chairman taught me something. He said, oh my, somebody helped you to close a deal. Go back and say thank you. It's a principle. And guess what? I run my life on principles. The man had never seen anything like that. I said, yes, because even me too, I've not seen anything like this. But because of you, I was able to do it. So thank you. And you know, when I did that, my rank raised again, and I knew. So this year, I want to PC something. Who wants to PC something this year? I want to, do you understand? I want to, where is that? They say it's limits. People don't pass here. I say, where is that? I want to scatter the limits that be going. Let me tell you, it's not pride. That is who you're supposed to be. You were born for that. Yes. That limit is man-made. God didn't put that limit. He said, recruit 50 people, 30 people. It's a human being that made the limit. After 50, there's another number called 51. Do you know? Even after 51, there's a number called 107. I say I wake up in the morning, I'm looking for something to tear. Not in an aggressive way, okay? But in a calm, collected, sensible way. How did I get to this point? Because I'm talking about PBO. How did I get to this point? Okay, when I was talking about listening and hearing, right? Hear. If somebody is not doing, you have not heard, you have been listening. So you can tell yourself, anytime I come for training, I want to hear today. Yeah, you can set your mind. You can organize your mind. Today I'm going to hear. You can also just say, let me just go there. Let breeze be blowing my head first. I'll make up my mind, but it's beyond business. But it's okay, at least you're here. Even if you come and you sit at the back and you're browsing phone throughout, that's when this thing comes on you. They will just fish you out from there and put you in the front. That's how it happens, okay? So it's a fantastic opportunity, okay? Take people away from that slow lane. Many of them are in banks. She was my roommate at the boot camp, and she was telling me about my own classmates who works in a bank. Been from University of Nigeria, Nsukka, 2005. And she was sharing my testimony to that lady is her downline. And the lady said, no wonder, that's all my epic, because I'm in the WhatsApp school group. So anytime they say we're making contribution, how one is the biggest, how one is, I just wonder, is it the same law we're practicing? Do you know, because of that experience, she recruited her. She was like, I want to make that, I mean, guys in the group, she did not follow me. She goes, well, because they're in the same states, okay, she's in Enugu. She followed her. In fact, when she came into the hotel, I say, I'm in the same room with your friend. I spoke with her, she said, wow, what are you people doing there? Imagine the fire, how, do you understand? Imagine the outcome. I said, well, anytime they call for anything, you'll be number one, you will do this. I said, yes, we want to help people. But if I was sleeping, she works in a bank, there's no wrong with working in a bank, but I would have just been like her. And they're paid like maybe $350 or something. But I can pay her, even though she's my classmate. That's levels, right? You can change level. If you want to change level, don't go and do any funny thing, just sign up. That's how to change level with the P1 business opportunity. So how to make money using the point value system. So every time you recruit a PBO, are you still with me? And you're live now. I've inspired you, right? Yeah. Every time you recruit a PBO, you earn PV. PV means what? Point, what? Every time a PBO recruited by you subscribe for her home ownership, you still earn what? Point value. Every time a PBO recruited by you does make his or her own monthly deposit, you earn what? Point value. So you're earning point value. When you recruit them, they make their first 15,000 naira deposit, you earn point value. They make another one, point value, another one. Do you understand? As many times as they do, you're earning. And as many times as they recruit, you're earning. Imagine one follow here, if you recruit, you earn. The person pays, you earn. You sell, you earn. They recruit, you earn. They sell, everywhere is earning. My dear, focus on this thing. Okay? Next slide. So I want to show you an illustration. So assuming you recruit 5 PBOs who also do the same. This is what will happen in your business in 8 months or years or any time in between. Please note that PBs are accumulated in 9 levels. 9 levels. Do you remember when we're talking about, my brother, you talked about referral bonuses? Referral bonuses is at how many levels? 2, right? That's 11 and 5. What about sales? We have the 10%, the 5%, the 2.5, and the 1%. How many levels? 4. But this one is how many? Say it boldly now. Say it boldly like someone that wants to wake up and tear the lion. Say it well. 9 levels, okay, so the starting level is with the 35 PV. So let's use the classic PBO as an example. So that's you. When you sign up with 52,650, you earn 35 PV. And 1 PV is equal to 12 naira. So if you multiply 12 naira times 35, you get 420 naira. Somebody will say, after I've spent my 552,650, people are giving me 460, 420. Where is the earning money that is there? No, you start seeing the earning money by what we call the power of compound earning. Do you remember simple interest and compound interest in school? You know, yeah, in mathematics. Well, I think that's primary school, they taught us that thing. Okay. Simple and compound. The simple one is just, you know, it's like, you know, they have geometric and arithmetic. Okay, arithmetic is the 1 plus 1. Arithmetic is you go from class 1 to class 2 to class 3. Like, you know, you have to go through all the classes. But geometric, you can be from quantum leap. I mean, we did math now, physics. Yeah, I'm not a science specialist, but I did physics to SS2. Yeah, that's what I mean. Geometric is from 1, you can just jump to primary 6. need to do 2 to 5. Just jump to 6. From that 6 you can jump to 25. That's the power of compound interest. So this thing, you start feeling the impact when you begin to compound your effort through leveraging on recruitment. A lot of people come into this business with the mindset of working, I'm a worker. Don't do that. When I joined the business, nobody really told me, but now that I've been in business, I want to tell you, when you join the business, have it in the front of your mind, not back. Front, here. Have it in the front of your mind that you're going to build, even tell yourself, I'm going to build the largest team. Have that as a focus. Then plan that you're also going to make sales. Hello. What I just said now, maybe you should go write it down. Note it, write it to your phone. Plan that you're going to build the largest team. And then plan that as you are building it, you're going to be making mind-blowing sales. But you know, a lot of people come in here because they are driven so much by commission, sales, you know, they're not even building teams. See, in the next 2 years, you will look back and be like, what have I been doing? So if you now earn commission, even if the commission is 10 million, should be that 10 million, you either invest something, you need, do you understand? It's not continuous. You might not be making that big sales that is giving you 10 million commission every other day. But do you know you can be making up to 1.5 million every day or every other day if you have a very large team? And another good thing about desiring to have a large team is that you don't know who you're going to recruit. The probability that you're going to recruit a firebrand like ADA or Ekwem or all the wonderful people that can or pastor, the possibility that you can recruit somebody that can, you know, some people they just join your team, the game will change. Do you know that? You can have, maybe you've been recruiting 5 people, 10 people, you know, every time you recruit them, they go back to their damn job. Every day they're asking you, hey, give me a flyer. You're wondering, are you not in the group? Do you understand? They say, hey, what's that name? What's that name? They're just asking you. They've not made up their minds what they want to do. But there are certain people, you bring them into the business, maybe 2, 3, 4 of them. And as they enter your team like this, the color will change. The music will just, the music that was playing somehow before will just arrange. Because of the entry, that's like your messiah in that team. That team will just, because through that one person, you can attain any height, or 2 or 3. So if you're not recruiting, the probability of even catching that person is lowered. But if you are a die-hard recruiter, the possibility of catching them anywhere, my tentacles can capture anybody anywhere. You can just dabble and just meet the 10 messiahs. And you know, that might just be all you need in that team. You just need them. And you can work with those 5. I'm going to show you the 5 by 5 principle very soon. You work with those 5. Every week you inject them with these things, I'm telling you. For you to be able to inject, you have to have it. If you're trying to inject and they look, you know, human beings are amazing. And you don't have it and you're telling them, they'll just be looking at you. When you say, well, head, they'll go and do, you know, but when you come with that thing, you don't need to talk for too long. They will catch it. And they'll go and perform and bring back. And as you're training and mentoring that 5, in fact, if you like, you can bring another 5. If you don't like, just focus on that 5. Focus on raising like stalwart, you know, tough, vibrant people that understand. They're like military people, the 5 of them. Do you understand? They understand leadership. They understand what it means to lead. To lead is to help, to serve, not bosses. They understand it. They understand how you have to sometimes come down somebody's level to help him get up, and you keep pumping faith into that person. Telling the person, doesn't say, I can't. I say, no, you get up. You show by example, and you use words to prop the person up. Because you as a leader, you can see the potential. That person is not seeing her potential or his potential. But you can see because you know where he's starting from. And every day you mirror the result. Like I remember when I made a very fantastic sale last year. Everybody wanted to be, in fact, I noticed that my recruitment just went, yeah. As though they knew what was happening in the company. Everybody, you know, like I want to be, I'll just recruiting and enjoying myself. I say, hey, this is the time you should come. Because I'll show them a lot. They say, hey, you want to join? I say, yes, correct. You know, so you mirror the thing to them. Don't be a leader that is what's that thing they call it? You always be talking, but you're not doing. You can hold that team for a while. After a while, everybody will just find their level. Because I'm not getting anything. Every day a week, I invest in myself. My team, if you tell them, won't stick by someone away from you, they can bring out sword. They will fight for me with sword. Because many of them have been like, I came in like this, today I'm like this. And I'm here to tell you that everybody sitting here hearing the sound of my voice, you are a leader. And the reason why we're talking to you is for you to pull that leader out of you. You were born to lead. Do you know that human beings are looking for somebody that will show them the way? Many people are aimless. Forget about what they are wearing, what they are driving. Some people are looking for somebody that will show me the way. They may have a lot of money, but they don't have direction in their lives. So you bring these 5. You concentrate on them. Everything you know, you point in them. You keep putting it in them, putting it in them. Send them chats, call them, hold meetings with them. Ginger them. I remember one sales program I came one day, it was in this hall, with Mr. Julius. I think I was 2018 or so, or 17. From my head to my toe, as that man was talking, in my mind I finished making that scene because I was transported. And he's smiling because he knows what I'm talking about. I was literally lifted from where I was. Why? Somebody dared to challenge me. That's a leader. So if you're doing the business, you just come, you just sign one person up. We have signed up, oh yeah, people should come, oh. Let's go meeting in my house, or after the meeting, you're talking another thing that is not related, or you're eating or doing something. No. A leader is disciplined. It sticks to the plan, to the program. Because they're going to be learning from what you say and how you do it. Your dressing matters. Your poise matters. The way your command, even your English, polish yourself. Why? Because you have in your front of your mind, I'm going to raise a large team. People are not going to follow a nobody. And P1 can make you a somebody. And you can spread your tentacles from that P1 that's giving you the platform to other things you really want to do in your life. So don't play with the opportunity. GMD said something to us at the boot camp. He said some people, Jesus said something. He said the poor you will always have with you. Do you remember that scripture? The poor, you will always have them with you. They were angry with that woman that broke their alabaster box. I said, why did this woman waste this expensive perfume? Would have sold it and given it to the poor. Jesus said, these people, their spiritual mathematics is the other way around. So he corrected them. He said, see, this woman has done something very significant that you guys don't know. She's preparing me ahead of my burial, which I must do. For this purpose was I born. And then he went ahead and said, everywhere this gospel is preached, they will call her name. Those people that castigated him, I don't know how many of them will have their name in the Bible. I have a feeling that it's only the disciples. Maybe there's somebody there. We don't even know his name. He's a nobody. But we know that woman. I was talking about her now. Yeah. I was talking about her now. He said, the poor you will always have with you. Why did Jesus say that? Because, indeed, the poor you will always have with you. Who is the poor? The poor man is not necessarily the one that doesn't have naira, million, hundreds in your account. The poor man is here. I may just understand this small thing I just shared now. If you understand it, let me see your hand up. The poor man is poor here first. And because he's poor here first, physically, the account is always looking like home. Do you understand? But the rich man is rich here first. And that is why when you look at his account, with goro eye, physical eye, there's money there. What did he mean by the poor you will always have with you? The poor will see an opportunity like P1 business. I'm about to explain to you how they're going to make up to over 200 million in the next 1 year, 2 years. The poor will see the opportunity and be sizing it. It's a scam. I cannot do this thing. Or all those excuses they give you. He just has a mindset. Everybody wants to defraud him. He's a poor man. Don't you know that rich men, they defraud them a lot? Somebody say, what do you mean? Okay, let me give you an example. Have you seen those rich aunties or rich uncles that have many staff? They have driver, cook, all those people in the house. Let me tell you, many of them, like the cook now, the people say, oh, monthly feeding money is 50,000. We have to do this, we have to buy this. And everything is in carton, right? That cook or whatever can decide that yes, it's 50,000, but she can calculate her own calculation and make it 75. The rich man will say, give her 75 because the money does not used to finish. But the poor man will be calculating, I beg you, I have to go to the market by myself. I will pick it by myself. So that they will not cheat me. Sometimes allow yourself to be cheated. I don't know if I'm going beyond my scope here in this meeting, but you know what I'm teaching you is very important. Because every time you do that, I'm not saying consciously go and let somebody defraud you, but if that happens, tell yourself, somebody can chop me like this. And I didn't feel it. That means you're bigger. You continue to chop me, don't worry. I always tell people, don't worry, I'll always have money to give you this thing. They don't even understand what I mean sometimes. They say, madam, just add another one. Say, no one, I'll add it. Instead of them to pray, Father, me too, I'll start giving. The poor you will always have with you. You're going to show them this opportunity. They will look at it. Because I said, some people listen but they're not hearing you. They will just listen, they will not hear. They will not see the relationship between these figures. They will not plant themselves in these figures. They will not imagine themselves earning that amount. So they listen, they don't hear, and therefore they don't do. One group of people. Another one, they listen with a lot of filters. I don't think I can market. I don't want anything in network marketing. I've done it before, I failed. If you did it before and you failed, that's more reason why I should do it again. The man that discovered electricity tried over 500,000 times. I think it's even more. I need to check that fact. But so many times before he stumbled on the principle of electricity that you're enjoying now. Inside the room, fan is blowing, you can see light. You only did one, you failed. Now you don't want to do it again. Why don't you prove to yourself that what I didn't know now, let me now discover it. Filters. So these are all exhibits or examples or characteristics of poor people. Poverty is an inability. No ability. No wonder they said today's meeting is building capacity. I think I like that. So an inability. It's a kind of inability. I'm unable to pay that bill. Why are you unable? Push yourself because you can do it. Don't be playing with all these inabilities around you. Tell yourself, well, enough about this kind of, just like, what do you call it? This snake or something. Just remove the old skin and come out. Do you understand? Just drop all those things. Leave them behind. Forgive and forget. Let them go. Just be moving. Because you're going somewhere. I'm going to show you how you're going to compound that PV. I think this is the most important thing in this training. Remember that I said for every person you recruit, you get how much? 35, with 52,650, right? Okay, so look at that. When you came in, you got 420. So you multiply, the 5, you are now one person. You now recruit 5. Are you seeing your first 5? How many people consider first 5 there? When you recruit your first 5, I'm talking about recruitment for PBO, for PB system, not referral bonus. Remember referral bonus? If you recruit 5 people, you will get 2,100. Do you know how we got at the 2,100? You can tell me. 420 times 5. That's another way. Do you understand what he just said now? You're good. Did you understand him? Say it again, sir. Let's people, we need to carry people out. How did we get to 2,100?
2,100. Your initial recruitment is 420. Then when you recruit 5 people, each person is 420. That's times 5. You get 2,100. Or better still, 12 naira per PV. Multiplied by the number of PV. That is 35 times 5 multiplied.
Who understood that? If you don't understand, raise your hand, because if you don't understand this, It's a major thing you have not understood. If you don't understand it, can you raise your hand up so that we can? Do you understand it? Do you understand? Okay, do you understand it? Okay. It's important you indicate so I can explain. Maybe it's only in this meeting you will understand it. So let me explain. 1 PB is what? If he signs up with 52,650, he gets how many PB?
35.
35 times 12.
426.
You can bring out your calculator because when you participate, it helps you to let the thing sit in you very well. Have you understood how we arrive at 420? Now, please, what there now? Now, if he recruits another 5 people, they will give him how many PBs? 35 times 5 times 12. Hello. Some people are not very fast in catching. Let me say it again. When he came in, they gave him what? 35 PB because he paid 52,650. And 1 PB equals 12 naira. So how many PB does he have? He has 12 naira times 35. Is 420, right? Yeah. Now, he recruits 5 people. What will he get as his total PV in naira? It will be 5 times 35. The 5 that he brought in times 35, which is equal to one recruit times 12. Can you press it on your calculator so that you can follow? Press it, press it, press it, press it. Bring out your calculator, press it. If you press it and practicalize it, you will never forget it again. Some people are still listening, they are not hearing. If you are not doing it, you have not heard me. Is how much? Did you see how we got there? Madam, are you pressing your phone? Who is not pressing their phone? Okay, or if your head is very hot, you can just... Now, that 5 he brought, they all bring what? They are 5, 5, 5. So what we have is what? 25, right? Am I correct? Yes. Times 35 times 12. Press it on your phone. Don't even look at this thing, just press it so you can see how your money is growing. I want you to imagine, I want you to put yourself in that space so you can see you in the business. He brought the first 5, the first 5 brought the other 5, that's 25. So 25 times 35 times 12 is how much? How much? Where is it? Good. Now, that's 25. They all bring their 5, 5 each. That's how many? 25 times 5, 125. So 125 times 5, that's times 35 times 12. How much is it? Press your calculator. Don't look here, just press. 125 PBOs recruited by him times 35 times 12 is how much? Where is it there? Third row. Now, this 25, have I talked about him recruiting another 5? All this thing we're saying now, apart from the first 5 he recruited, have we talked about him recruiting another 5? Is that 5 he recruited reproducing their own 5, 5 each? And we're now at 125. So this man, this great leader here, has got 5 people that he has trained, he's training, continuously mentoring, and they brought their 5 each, and that 5 bring their 5 each. We're now at 125. So in his team, he has 125 PBOs that are going to be making sales, remember, he'll be making sales commission. They're going to be recruiting, remember, he's going to be making recruitment bonuses. But ultimately, he's going to be earning PV, which is that 125 times 35 times 12, which is 52,500. Do you understand it now? Now, that 125, each of that 125 recruit 5, 5, 5 each. 125 times 25 times 5 will give you 625 times 35 times 12 is how much? Press your calculator, press, press, press. When you participate, it sits better. And when it sits better, you know it better, and you can communicate it better, your team will grow. It's better if you came here, don't waste time. Just press it. Because you came here to press that phone. Then you will be rest. Okay? How much is there? Where is it in this chart? 4th level. Now, so what's your name? Let me see your name to make it more practical. Mr. What? Mr. Isaac. Mr. Isaac has, as of today, constantly mentoring his 5. His 5 are constantly mentoring, like that. The 625 people recruit their 5 each. So you multiply 265 by 5, it will give you how much? Press your calculator, give me the figure. Press. What's the figure there? 3,125 people in Isaac's team. Wow. How much PB does Isaac have with 3,000 people plus in his team? 3,165. Press your calculator times 35 times 12. Press it. What's the amount there? Isaac, have you seen what you're earning? Oh my God. Is that one land sale? It's not even land sale. There's no way you can have 3,000 people. AD, am I correct? In your team, you say, I'm not making sale. It's a lie. Even if it's one. But it's not possible that it can be only one. Isaac has 1 million. Okay. The 3,125 people in Isaac's team, they all recruit just 5. That's why we get the 5 by 5. 3,125 times 5. Press your calculator. Tell me the figure. Press. 15,625 PBOs in Isaac's team. Multiply that by 35 times 12. It's getting hotter. How much is inside there? 6,500,000. Which level is that? Somebody say, wow. This is amazing. Whoever brought this idea, it came straight from heaven. Isaac, you're making 6 points something million just because you're recruiting people. Just because Isaac is recruiting. Of course, Isaac would have been making sales. Even if it's 1 million naira land he's selling. Even if it's 1 million, all his 3,000 people are selling. Isaac is making money. But guess what? It doesn't finish there. Out of Isaac's 15,000 people in his team, that 15,000 plus, they recruit 5 each. So 15, press calculator now, press. Let me give you the figure. 15,625 times 5 is what? Press it. Multiply that by 35 times 12. Tell me the figure. Isaac, look at the amount of money you have. How much is it to buy Banana Island duplex? Okay, I'm not there yet. Okay, maybe the next one you get there. How much is Banana Island duplex, please? Okay, well the BDC I think is about. Okay, Isaac, where do you want to live? Isaac, where do you want to buy a house? Want to help Isaac to buy a house now? Where? Banana. What kind of apartment do you want? 5 bedroom. How much is the 5 bedroom? Let's use 200. 200 and something million. Okay. Okay, it was up to 300. Okay, let's say it's 4 bedroom, because I want to fit it into this picture we're painting. Isaac wants 4 bedroom in Banana. It's 200 million. If you ask Isaac, where will you get this 200 million? Isaac, have you seen 200 million together before one time? Say no. But Isaac, do you know what? Let's recruit. Let's recruit and build people and keep building, and don't be tired, just keep going. Read books, inspire yourself, mentor yourself, attend courses. Do you understand? Improve yourself, because you need to improve yourself. If you improve yourself, your team will be improved, because it's what you're improving yourself that you're going to be using to be improving your team. Am I correct? And Isaac says, okay. Some days Isaac's faith will be shaking. Sometimes he will now come, maybe I'm his upline. He will come to me and say, my son, man, wow, I'm trying to hit this 3,000 limit, 3,000 whatever. I'm finding it difficult. I said, no, don't worry, let's stop trying hard. Do you understand? Let's do quantum leap. You know, sometimes when you're trying so hard to get something, let me teach you something, just to take home. When you're trying very hard to achieve something, a goal, and you're try, and it's not coming. Should I tell you what you should do? Who knows what you should do? Let me just tell you straight up. When you're trying to do something and it's not working, the first thing you should do is to relax. You're shaking your head now, but when I say what do you didn't say anything. Okay, you want to say something? Okay, so you first of all do what? Relax. When you relax your mind, your brain, your body, calm down and remain in that calm state and begin to remind yourself that what is this giant before me, sir? You can break down that giant and say, is it not to make a sale of this? Is it not to recruit 3,000 people? I'm not even going to do it directly. I can walk through my people. If you begin to sit down and analyze the problem, well, how do you analyze a problem? You dismember the problem. How do you dismember a problem? You remove the leg of that problem. You first of all ask yourself, why am I afraid of this figure? See, I'm afraid of this figure because nobody in P1 has ever done it before. Then you answer that question. If nobody has done it, I can do it. You have answered one leg, you dismember that leg, you remove the leg from the body of the problem. Then you ask yourself, to get these 3,000 people, I live in Lekki or I live in Aja. Do I have, in this Aja axis for instance, are there up to 3,000 people that are looking for purchases like this in this Aja? What's the answer? Yes, you'd have dismembered the problem again. You tell yourself, what can I do on a daily basis to hit this 3,000 in the next 3 months? You now break it down. Okay, if I do 2 people or 5 people every day or every week, you know what I mean? You break it down. You break down the goal and make it look very small. What will your answer be? I can do it, Joe. By the time you keep asking yourself this question, you will see that masquerade has turned to a small baby. And you know why you have to dismasquerade that thing? So that you can have enough faith to eat that thing. How many people understood this thing I just said? Use it for anything in your life, not just people, anything you want to do. They're having problems. Stop trying. But the more you're trying to put effort, the more you're missing it. It's not by effort. If you did physics, there's something, I'll get that formula maybe another day. It's not by effort. In fact, by putting effort, sometimes you even begin to lose it. Another perfect example, many of us sell land. Haven't you been there when you're pressuring one client to buy? You yourself, you know that, man, I really put his on this person's head. The person just turns off from him. And then when you now let go and forget the man will call you one day, hey, that's your land. How many people have realized that? That example is what I just explained to you now. There's some people you're trying to recruit them, you talk. Look at chairman, 2 years into I know. When you now relax, his driver came and just gave me the form. And I signed up. Look at me today, raising other people. So when we're saying that 3,000 people, don't look at it, it's a number. Just a number. It's just a number. Something more than a number. It's not devil. It's not demon, it's a number. They call it a number. It's a number. So it's not something, it doesn't eat people, it doesn't bite people, it doesn't kill people. It's just a number. Look at me, I told you that several years ago, if I give 350K, I'll be feeling hyped. Now I look at 350K, I'm like, that's payment for just one course. In fact, the 1 month course. He's sinking, right? I know he's sinking. And that's today when you wake up, look for something to tear. But make sure you tear with knowledge, you don't tear ignorantly. Before you go and tear barbed wire, enjoy yourself. Tear with knowledge. Knowledge is the greatest thing you can ever. That's what you used to fight, don't you know that? The only way we can fight darkness in this room by putting on the lights. And somebody discovered this light through knowledge. If you want to power the house, if NEPA takes light, and you want to on the generator, if you don't know how to on the generator will be in the house, fuel is in generator or diesel, but you don't know how to on it, you'll be in that darkness until somebody that can help you on it. Knowledge, you have to press it here, you drag it here, you on this one, you press this one, you change it up. So Isaac has 15,000 plus people. 15,625 times 5. Press, press, press. Are you pressing? 15,625. 15,625. Have you pressed it? Times 5. What's the number? Multiply 35, multiply 12. What's the figure? I want to buy Isaac's house, 4-bedroom in Banana. 200 million. How much is there? 32,812,500. Are we getting, Isaac, are we getting closer to your banana? We're getting closer. This banana is happening. So the 78,125 times 5 is what? 390,000. Isaac has 390,000 PBOs. Plus 390,625 times 35 times 12 is what? 164,006,500. If you add everything up, what's the total? Okay, you can just look at this. What's the total? Isaac has, if Isaac really wants to get that 4-bedroom, let's say the 4-bedroom costs 200 million. I really don't think it's up to 200 million. Is it up to 200 million? Okay, let's say it's 200 million. Isaac has 5 million extra to furnish it, yes. Okay, 200 million, I mean 5 million cannot furnish that kind of but like he has done it without
other source.
Yeah, just focus on recruitment. And remember, this 200 million, you have not added his referral bonus. You have not added his sales commission. You cannot tell me in this life that Isaac will have almost 400,000 people in his team. He's not making sale. That's spiritual problem. It will never expire. It's a spiritual problem. But it can't be, right? So this is the potential in the business that you're part of. So my question to you today is, what are you going to do? Are you going to listen and not hear? Or are you going to listen, hear, and do? And let me tell you, you start from where you are. Nobody say you must arrive at almost 300,000 people in your team in one day. I told you that there are people that sell in my team. I don't even know them. Some of them are even not in Lagos. What's the population of Nigeria? 200 million plus. A lot of people. A lot of people for Isaac to get his 400,000 from out of 200 million. Somebody say, if Isaac gets 300,000 and in PBO we have 10,000 people, if all of us get 400, it will still go round. I know somebody is calculating that mathematics. I've calculated the head of you. I said it will go round. Human beings don't need to finish. Even a millionaire can still sign up for this business, do you know? It's another stream of income. You don't have to be so much in, we always say empowering people, populating the kingdom of poverty. But even if you have money, you can do this one and extend your stream of income. So it's not just for people that don't have money or looking for money. If you have money, just sign up. Okay, so did you understand it now? How many people, is this your first time of understanding this mystery called you've understood it now, right? Okay, so let's look at the next slide. So we're going to breeze through the following slides now, because I think if you understood this one, every other thing will be walk over for you. Go back, let me show the different levels. Go back, please. So there are 9 levels, okay? So for every time that Isaac, remember we're using Isaac as a case study, every time Isaac is recruiting, every time Isaac's people are recruiting, apart from, oh, this is amazing. We have talked about sales, commission, direct and indirect, right? Am I correct? We talked about recruitment, direct and indirect. We've just finished talking about what? You should look at the mirror. I should stand where? Sorry? I should stand here. It's on the slide, right? I know about that. I want to show them something. So, I've lost my train of thought.
Okay, now we have done the recruitment, we have done the
sales.
So, we talk about recruitment bonuses, both direct and indirect. We talk about sales commissions, both direct and indirect. Now, all of that is net money, right? Then we talk about PB. You see almost 200 million loss. Now,
but we have not finished. There's still more money. Somebody say more money.
More money.
Okay, let me show you the more money. Remember that every time that Isaac, after you have recruited the first 5, and those 5 keep recruiting, automatically, as long as Isaac's team is reproducing, Isaac is going up in the cadre in the company. Do you understand? Isaac doesn't need to worry about whether it's going up or not. His focus should not be like, am I a senior manager yet? Am I a Sapphire? No. Just concentrate on the recruitment. If you are doing the right thing here, you will necessarily rise. Okay? So if Isaac is focused and he's doing his recruitment and doing all he needs to do as a leader, all those people that are recruiting under him will be lifting him up. And as they lift Isaac up, those lifting Isaac up directly are lifted up by others under them. And as others under them are lifting up those under Isaac directly, others under those under Isaac indirectly are lifting them up. So everybody is lifting the one above them higher without them touching anything. They're not trying to come and make problem with PBO. I am supposed to be, no. Just be doing that work. And you're going to rise necessarily. So, and I talked about leadership development. You can't have 31,000 people in your team. By the time Isaac, you're seeing Isaac right now. By the time Isaac even enters 6,000 people in his team, Isaac will not be like this again. I mean, people can testify. No. If he used to come for training and sit like this, like he's sitting right now, Isaac will not enter training. Isaac will enter with his generals. Now he's entering to sit down, he's waiting for training. Your trainer, come and train us now, let's be writing notes. But by the time Isaac gets even to 500, 300, you're going to say 1,000.
The color will come out, sir.
Now, apart from the color, Isaac will change.
That's what it means.
If you have a conversation with Isaac now, Isaac, I tell people if you want to know where somebody's mind is, have a conversation. Hello, how are you? The person will start talking. And that, 3 minutes of you talking to me, I know where you are already. So I know what to tell you. I don't want to share big things with you before you say this one is very proud. and you have a problem. Or I don't want to share something too small. You're like, why you think it's so small? So I just gauge you first from what you're saying, and in 2-3 minutes I already know the kind of person you are, and I can relate with you. You talk with Isaac now, you'll be hearing things like, okay, can I really do this 200 people? Can I do, the leader Isaac of 200 people is not the same leader Isaac with 3,000 people. That's the point I'm trying to make. How many people agree with me? They are not the same people. You see, it's not the same Isaac. Yes, it's the same Isaac, same body, same everything, but they're not. They're different. The Isaac of 150 people has a certain way of doing things. But the moment he crosses to that 3,000 or gets to that 3,000, some people that were Isaac's friend, but are still operating at that Isaac's old level of 50 people, would no longer be his friends. No, he won't fight them. They will just naturally just fizzle out. And Isaac will start hobnobbing with a certain group of people again that matches and mirrors the kind of leader that he is. So what I teach my team members is this. I said, when you set the goal, begin to practice. When small children, especially daughters, they go and wear their mommy's makeup, right? I used to do that a lot. Mommy's high heels, you go and paint your face because you're trying to grow up. Eventually they grow up and they want to become children again. So you have to practice, and in practicing that you need to put in some kind of effort. There's certain things you can't watch anymore. There's certain things you cannot do anymore. There's certain people you cannot just be around anymore. You can't afford to be watching TV for 3 hours. These things are not commensurate with the Isaac of 3,000 people. If Isaac will not stop watching TV for 3 hours, Isaac will be binding and casting devils. I want to be 3,000. He will never be able to do that. You know why? Because it's working against the law of nature. He's trying to reap where he didn't sow. There's a law of cause and effect. He's setting up course by always watching TV. He's going to reap the result of somebody who's a TV watcher, which is how much? 50 people. But the moment he changes and says, no, I'm a leader of 400 people. Those kind of leaders, they pay up to 1 million for a course. I mean, people agree with me. They are not afraid to go to Lagos Business School and say, how much is this thing? They pay it. Even if it means carrying out your commission for that particular sale, just pay it. I want to be in the middle of those people that are movers and shakers. You see, the moment Isaac does that, automatically he severes himself from the, all those other people that used to be around him. Because now he's going to be talking and thinking. Because by the time he gets to that Lagos Business School, for instance, and he meets the likes of, them. First of all, if he comes in dressed like this, I'm not saying that there are millionaires that wear jeans. I'm not against jeans. But there's a posture you have. They will know. Do you understand? You yourself, you will look and say, by yourself, you don't need lecture. You tell yourself, when next I'm coming for the next meeting, I think I should wear a proper shoe. Do you understand? And you will start changing. Because you're going to have to interact with the people. And nobody wants to appear as a local one. So we call paradigm shift. So because you want to be able to step up your game, you might even need to go and enroll for another course to help you to boost your self-image to be able to talk with the Dangotes. For people at that level. And be able to do business with them. Last year I was privileged to do something with somebody in government. I started looking at myself. I was on the phone with a very important person. I beat my chest. I said, oh my, you have grown. I told myself, you have grown, you have grown. Say before, you cannot even, but the person is talking with you. And even not just talking with you officially, but it's your friend. So, Isaac will change. So instead of Isaac trying to get people, I want to get 3,000 people in my team. What Isaac should focus on is, I'm trying to become that leader. If Isaac becomes the leader, the type of leader that can hold 3,000 people, that's 3,000 minds. It's not an easy thing. 3,000 adults that have a mind of their own. Some people say, why am I following you? Why can't you just tell me to go and recruit? Where will I get that from? Who do you think I'm older than you? You can't do that. How dare you? You're just a small boy. No, I've born a child that is bigger than you. You need to be a leader to be able to hold an elderly person and follow you. Say, yes, my leader said something. You have a certain kind of quality. If you don't have it, they're not going to follow you. They will come and listen to you. They admire your hair. They say, they go back. You got them again. They say, I'm coming back. They're not going to follow you. Do you understand? So instead of working, I tell people, instead of working on getting people, I need to recruit, get them. No, work on being that person. Add to yourself. Do you understand? Improve your personality. I don't want to go into that, but that's like self-image work. You need to upgrade. If you upgrade, see, if you just upgrade, instead of trying to, I want to recruit you, you're always trying to catch. And every time you try to catch, it's as though success is slipping out of your hand. Have you ever had that experience? You say, let me catch this one. You say, yes, thank God, I've caught this. That's why people struggle for downlines. When she came and told me that my classmate had been following up for 1900, that she just easily repeated the person like okra soup. What did I tell her? I said, oh, it's good. That means how many more will come to me? I said, many more will come to me. If she cannot listen to my voice, me than my classmate, is if his voice will listen. Okay, no problem. But guess what? And I'm happy for her genuinely, because I have an understanding that I'm not trying to get people into my team. I know that if you're in my team, you're blessed, because you're going to learn something. You've been listening to me for the past how many minutes? Why have you not left me? Because you're getting something. I was not drinking Gary and eating hamburger. All for the past 3 months. If I was eating Gary and drinking hamburger, they would not even call me. And even if they mistakenly call me because they don't really know what is inside, when I come here, I'll misbehave. People just be like, what's that lady saying? Even me, I know more than her. But because there's something I have, and I know it. I'm not trying to fake it. Me, I know. I so know it. I know it like I know my name. I can say my name in my sleep. And because I know it, I know that if you get into my team, this your hair that is flying like this, it will soon change. This your dress, it will soon organize. I don't have any of my team members here, but I always tell them, Mondays I have meetings with them. I tell them, if you come for this meeting and you wear jeans and t-shirts, you will not even enter the door. Just go home. They know. I said, go home, just go home. You're not ready. You want somebody to address you properly? Dress. Oh, I like how Pastor always dresses. Dress for success. So when I tell them, write your goals, and I'm going around looking, I say, did you just write this? And I look at you, I say, you need to operate seriously. I say, that thing you wrote, let me not, see, you are entering the road of frustration. You're going to be frustrated with this thing, except you do this. And then I tell the person, see, you're going to get there. But before we get there, you need to change this place. If you change this place, the first thing that starts happening to you is that this number of people you want to recruit this month, you will start getting ideas of how to do it. As long as you're still wearing your jeans and just being anyhow, eat on the road, anywhere you go, you just stop at one mama put, you just eat like. That goal is going to be on that paper for another 2 years. So what do you need to do? Work on being. Work on becoming that person first. Because with what you are, you will always have. I think you should write that down. Work on being. Because with who you are, what you have, because with who you are, you will always have. That's a strong principle. Work on being, or you can say work on becoming. Because with who you are, because when you become somebody. With that person you are, you will always have. But you know what some people are doing? They're trying to have. And every time they try to have, it sleeps, sleep. I'm trying to have, it's sleeping. Why is it sleeping? Then you'll not be looking at the likes of ADA and how are they doing this business? It's because they are doing this principle. They may be conscious of it. They may be conscious that it is a principle. They may not even be conscious that it's a principle, but they're just working it and it's working for them. Okay? Do you have any question? Become a person of influence. Become an important human being. Invest in yourself. Add. That's how you can climb this thing. And then you begin to walk. That's what we call effortless success. That's the one I like. There's success that you have to struggle. Kick them, give them head, give them elbow. Finally you're like, hey, alright, thank God. But there's one that you can glide. Which one do you want? Not the gliding one. Do this and I'm telling you to do. And why I know it's true is because I personally have experienced some mind-blowing sales that I did in my pajamas lying down. And it just happened like okra soup before. I don't have to look back and say, has it happened? Ask her down now. I'm like, it has happened though. It has happened though. I want to hear myself. I'm saying, how? As in, before I even thought about it, the money has gone. At that point, that's when you begin to appreciate God. You just break down and be like, you'll be crying. That's the type I like. I read a scripture this morning on Gideon. And God told Gideon, before he went for that battle, he said, I'm going to give you victory in this battle. And many times God has spoken to you. You say, yes, I'm going to have victory. Then you start preparing for the victory. I need to have 30,000 soldiers. I need to have 30,000 footmen. I need to have 60,000 armor bearers. That's what Gideon was doing. I mean, you know that scripture in Judges. God told him, you see this battle you're going for? I, God, will give you victory. Gideon said, yes, sir. After he said, yes, sir, instead of him to depend on that word and listen for the next instruction, the next inspired step, because it's an inspired step. There's something you will do. Have you not seen that kind of effect? You just touch something, there's a ripple effect. You talk to this person, this person talks to the person, that, and then you make the same. That kind of step. It's not for you to wait and hear finally, what should I do? He heard God and said, praise God. He went back to his old effort, by power and might strategy. Gather 3,000 soldiers, 300,000 armor bearers, 200,000 soldiers. These how many thousand footmen? And I love God. God was just watching. I said, it's not like that. I said, come. He said, no, he said I'm going to win the battle. So I have to fortify everywhere. And it was an important battle. It was not a small battle. It was a very important strategic battle at that time. And God said, no. All those people that you brought, go and meet all of them and ask them, how many of you are afraid of going to war? He said, the ones that are afraid that
he went and met them. He said, how many of you are afraid of war? Some of them, many of them, almost like more than a quarter. And it was left with, I think, about 3,000. From that 300,000, 600,000, he reduced it drastically to just 3,000. And he said, yes, I know that by now, God will be happy. And God said, no. And you're talking about the enemy that have thousands and hundreds of thousands of army soldiers. God said, I'm doing something to listen because I'm an illustration. You get it. When I learn, you say, oh, you have to go to what I'm trying to show you.
And I said, God, there are 3,000 now. We're ready for war. God said, there are too many. God was like, Gideon said, too many. From almost 600,000 to 3,000, there's still too many. He said, yes. God said, yes. The reason why I say it's too many is because if you go with this 3,000 and win, you will say it's your effort. So, and I've already spoken that you're going to win. So what you're going to do, take all of them to the river, tell them to start drinking water. The ones that are drinking and looking out for danger, those are the people that you should take for war. That's just because you told them to go and drink. They will now let down their guard. They will leave their arms and everything and they'll be drinking water foolishly. Somebody just come and hit them at the back. He said, when you get there, as they are drinking, watch the ones that are conscious of the environment, the ones that still have their sword, but they are drinking water. And any little thing, they're looking, they're checking. Watch for those ones. Those ones are the ones you go for war with. But the rest, tell them to go home. Gideon did that, and almost more than half of that 3,000. I think at the end of the day, out of the 3,000, he only went with 300. Am I correct? 300. It's more than half now. 2,700 went home. 10%. So the rest, they also told them, maybe they just imagine, I like thinking in pictures. They told them, everybody, attention. I said, we're not going to march to the river. They march. Say, now everybody, bend down and start drinking. Some people forgot they were in the military. They just left everything. They say, all of you here. No, but the ones that were still agile, these are war men. They said, these 300 are the ones you're going to. 300 people to face thousands of these people? God, they're all going to die. God said, no, I'm going to give you the victory. Long story short, they went for that battle. Guess what? Their enemy, when they were coming against Gideon and his people, the Israelites, God set confusion in their enemies' camp, and they started fighting themselves. And at the end of it, even the 300 did not need to do anything. So now God can take all the glory. Do you understand? You come back, that story it's not a Bible, it's a history, it's a historic fact. It's not a Bible for Christians, it's a historic fact. You go down the lanes of history, you see it there. that there was such a thing. Why did I say that? I said that to tell you that work on being. Because with who you are, you will always have. A lot of people are working on having so they can be. That is error code. The computer is saying error, error, and maybe some people are going to be there for 50 years. They're wondering, why are things not working? Because you are not getting the combination right. The combination is not right. Just change it. Work on being, because with who you are, you will always have. Ants. You don't need to tell ants, come, I want to show you sugar. Just put sugar. Even if you clean the floor and you're like, I'm disinfected, there's nothing there. Ants will come from nowhere. If you wonder, where are they coming from? They're not even in this house. They will come to that spot. In other words, become a magnet. And there's a way to become a magnet. But I'm not going to tell you that today. I'll tell you another day. Okay, even though I think I've said it many times, I don't know how many people picked it, but you become a magnet, okay, and people will come to you. Become a magnet. Okay, okay, the way to become a magnet is by being, just be. Become that thing, become that person. Okay, become that person. Become that person. Always step into that person's personality, voice, step in there, person's thinking. Somebody that has 3,000 people in his team cannot go to the market and be dragging 500 with a groundnut seller. It's not consistent now. You say, madam, how much is this? You say, that's not picking. You're picking, okay, take. You just give the person 2,000. Say, madam, that is how the 3,000 leader behaves. So when you go to the market, if that 3,000 is your goal, begin to exercise the 3,000-ness. You understand? In the little things that you're doing. Every time you do that, you step up. I told you I gave the guy that helped me with the transaction I did last year that was really a big one. Let me even say the amount so you can be inspired. 100 million. Yes. Wow. I did over 130 plots in one, in my bed with pajamas. And I closed it. Chairman had to say, wait, open the this thing again. It's true. So I did that to tell you that it's not by power or might really. And to tell you that, like, you have it inside you, and you just need to be patient, and you need to find yourself in the right place and allow the giants come out. That's all. When I say giant, I don't think you're not going to be abusing anybody. You can come into it. My team member say, this is what I start, ask her that. Whenever we're in group meetings, I think I'm the most quiet, right? I'm always, am I correct? Yeah. Am I correct? I'm always the most quiet. I told her, I said, be quiet, be reserved, but be very effective. Don't try to be known. Just have results, you'll be known. Automatically. And when you're making an effort to be known, you can all see the foolishness behind what you're trying to do. So why not just do it? Okay? Let's rock. We're going to breeze. You know breeze? Let's breeze. Let me show you. Hello, sir. Can you? The first one. So now, man, you guys took me down memory. No, you're really pulling some things. So look at this assistant. No, this is level 2, level 1. So this is the sign-on level. Isaac, see you. Okay, just sign up. Isaac, next slide. We're running now. So Isaac becomes an assistant manager because he recruits 5. Remember that he's 5 by 5. He's recognized as what? Assistant manager. Okay, now let's work together so we can finish. As what? Assistant manager. Next slide, level 3. Isaac becomes a manager because he's recognized as a team manager when you have 30 classic PBOs in your team. So it's either Isaac recruits all the 30 or his first 5 recruit 25. That's 5 each. Automatically Isaac becomes a what? Are you seeing any incentive added to these people that were mentioned, these 2? Any incentive yet? No, apart from the PB, right? Let's go next level. So next level. Level 4, what's there? Senior manager. Senior manager. Isaac is now a senior manager because he has developed how many managers? 5 managers. And each manager has how many? 30, right? Is either the 30 came from him directly or the 30 came from his first 5 who recruited 555, that's 25. So imagine, wow, he has grown. But are you seeing, go back, is there any incentive in this level? Just a senior manager, there's no money, nothing. Go to the next one. 5th level. This is where our group manager director is right now, Sapphire Manager. So as a Sapphire Manager, you develop 5 senior managers. 5. Are you seeing, is there benefit in this one?
Yes.
Was that in the one before? So apart from your referral bonus, sales commission, direct and indirect, referral bonus, direct and indirect, PV of all those millions, when you get to this Sapphire level, another incentive is entering. So apart from just saying, oh, I'm a senior manager and all that, you're a Sapphire Manager, but there are benefits, which is 1.2 million naira paycheck, marketing car valued at 1.5 million naira. That's how much? 3.7. 3.7, right? Okay, 2.7. Now this 2.7 is not your PVO. This one is just you have grown. Your rank has increased. And then of course, see the cumulative PV of 100,000 in any of his or her 3 pillars, or 20,000 PVs in any of his or her 5 pillars. Now, I want to also say something here. Apart from recruitment that gives you PVs, some of our estates, when you sell them, you also get PVs. It's a new something that has been introduced into the system. And the estates that carry PVs currently, that I'm aware of, is the Flourish Estates. So, yeah, Flourish City. So, there are, when you sell anything in Flourish, you get a certain amount of PVs. Sorry? 1,000, some are 1,000, some are 5,000. I think the one in Lagos is what? 5,000. The one in Enugu is 2,750. So let's find out about the PVs there. So that PV, you multiply it by that 12, the 12 naira, and then you get. So you're recruiting your way to accumulating more PVs. You can also sell your way to getting more PVs by selling Flourish. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Next slide. Now from this level 5, all of them come with benefits. Next one, please. Emerald Manager, level 6. You develop 3 Sapphire Managers with a cumulative of 500,000 in any levels of these 3 pillars. Those pillars are those first 5 people you started with. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I started with 5, and we're saying you can accumulate this by even 3. Let's say the other 2 are unserious. Hello? Did you understand that? 3, you accumulate PV. Okay? And remember when we were calculating those things, we were getting, remember when we were calculating 125 people recruits 5. Were you seeing the number? Yeah. So you can see that it's not too far to get there. So the benefit here is 1.5 million, rent subsidy of 1.5, car fund of 6 million, total of what? 9 million. This one is not your PV, it's not your referral bonus, direct or indirect, sales bonus, direct. Something like extra. Anywhere you turn in this big one, they say we'll give you money. You know, money is such an interesting topic. I'm currently studying money. Maybe another day I'll tell you about money. It's an interesting topic. I'm telling you, yes, I'm engaging in the study of money. Money is so simple and it's the most misunderstood thing. I told somebody one day, but money is the easiest thing to get. Let's look at me. He said, yes, it's the easiest thing to get. And that's not today. Another time we'll tell you about money. Next one, level 7. Dermal Manager, you develop 5 Emerald Managers with a cumulative of 2,500 PVs in any of these or her 3 pillars. Read the benefits, read it by yourself so that you can see it.
Feature a house worth of 30 million naira. Kitchen and household furniture worth 10 million naira. A brand new car worth 15 million naira. And all expense paid application for a family of 6 with 6 million naira travel allowance.
Okay, what's the total? Please can you calculate the total? I'm showing you P1 now. It's P1 now.
40 million. 55 million. 61 million. Plus their vacation that doesn't have price.
Somebody press calculator now. Just press calculator. Quick.
Packages to the US, you don't know the price.
61 million naira.
Plus vacation. Plus vacation.
Okay, no. Plus vacation, because that 6 million is allowance. You spend 61 million. Isaac, can you see? See Isaac. Isaac has hammered. 61 million. Close to 100 million. Okay, think about what can you do with 61 million? Because I know, as I said, 61 million, it just flew over my head. Okay, let's stop. Think, engage now. 61 million, not 6,100, not 610 naira, not 6 million, 6.1 million, 61. Think about 61. Let's say you want to buy a brand new car, you can buy it.
But they take a brand new car.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what are you going to use this 61 million for?
Invest more in properties now.
Invest in property.
Can build a shopping mall.
Build a shopping mall.
Okay.
You just put it on rent. You know me, I'm a practicing lawyer, so I was talking with these people, they came from Port Harcourt, and there's something they want to do in Victoria Island. And the back and forth we've been doing in that transaction, it's only God that will help somebody. I started asking myself, where were we when we were building all these VI tall buildings? But with what you just said now, the PBO business opportunity can give you that leverage. See, the only person that is stopping you is who? You. Thank you. Next slide, please. Let's go to the next slide. Level 8 is the Dermal Director. So a PBO with at least 2 Dermal managers will be recognized as a Dermal Director. Even the benefits in this one, since the last one was 61 million, they have refused to disclose this one. Because that one is for inner caucus meeting. Maybe they'll just give you, I don't know what they'll give you in the company. The P1 is worth over 25 billion. The last time I checked, the last time I asked. That was like 2 years ago. So by now, I'm sure it has skyrocketed. Then the last one. Oh, okay, this is the last one. Oh, yeah, this is the last one.
No.
This is the last one. Oh, okay, so national. Let's go national. This one does not. They didn't write anything inside. They just say national. Oh my God. Winning is good. Do you know? Do you know why it's good? Why do you feel good when you win? You feel like alive, right? You feel like do you know why you feel alive? Because now you're truly being you. All the time you were failing, you were not being you. So the reason why you're always happy anytime you win is because for the first time God is saying, my son, that's you now. You know, it's like finally you're there. Do you understand? But every time you don't win, you say all fingers are not equal. No. Somebody will get there one day. Yes. Me, I will get there one day. It's my mouth. Say your own. And let me tell you something. So, somebody say, if all of us are going to get there, who will now be the person on the ground?
What you concern, just be good.
Yes. Did you hear that? Jesus said the poor you will always have. There will always be people like the base, because people that will not be hearing these things I'm telling you. There will always be people that will change themselves, because it's a pattern. Life is designed like that. The people are going to change themselves. Or some people are going to dare to believe. And you and I are going to dare to believe. You and I should dare to believe. And if there are 20 of us in this national dialogue, I don't think, Mr. Samson, I don't think P1 is going to say, there are too many, we cannot give them the privileges. They're not going to change their minds because we're 50. Right? You must do what you say you're going to do. Am I correct, ADA?
Yes.
They have to do it now. They cannot say, national directors are too much this year, please. We didn't think people were going to get there too quick. Please, we need to change it. All of us will just say, no, we are there already. They won't even do it. Because by the time you're at that level, you would have done so much. And let me tell you something I always tell my team members, and I tell myself. I say, anytime you get into anything, it doesn't matter what it is, I want you to go for the best. And like I told them, I want you to have that default thinking. If you get into an office, you get into a business, you get into anything, I want you to make up your mind and say, in this work, in this business, in this thing, I am number one. That's the first thing you say to yourself. Well, you know, some people, when they look at everything, they say, maybe Sapphire is okay. Like from Sapphire is okay. Why are you like this now? Don't be like that. There is no crime against saying that you're going to be national. If all of us say national director, they're not going to say, we're going to arrest you. How dare you? It's not for people like you, it's for people like her. Don't say it again. Nobody will do that. Even God will not be angry and say you're committed sin. Right? You get into anything. I tell myself every day, I'm number one. Write it. Have it on my watch. I'm number one. I can be saying I'm number one, but I'm like becoming, I'm not really number one. It's as if I'm just in one place. I don't care. If I say it long enough and believe it long enough, I will find myself in number one. Because you're what you believe. You are what you believe. And you know that if you hear something many times, even if it's a lie, you will start believing it. So even if you tell us about a national director, you will say to yourself, man, I'm lying, like, I don't even know anything. My advice, can you just keep saying it? You will say it so people will laugh. You say it, even you yourself, you will laugh. You say it in gatherings, they will laugh. I said, this man that just came yesterday. In fact, when they laugh, all of them are laughing. I say, I'm laughing at myself. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just laughing. Let me be laughing. But as you're laughing, when you go back to your room, be serious. Tell yourself, I'm number one. You sleep, wake up, I'm number one. You sleep, you wake up, I'm number one. If you say it long enough, you will engage with that belief. And all we want is for you to engage with the belief. If you can engage with the belief, the day you engage in that belief is the day you become. No force in this world will stop you from attaining that number one. If they have to change the rules in P1 to suit, let's say they say you have to have 400 people to get to number one. If they have to change the rules in P1 to say it's no longer 400, it's 250. They'll do that because you have been sane. You have pulled everything to work in your favor. You cannot not be number one. Okay? So I think that with that we come to the end of the training. Is that the end? Oh, okay, so how you're going to sign up? You already know how to sign up. 1516 Associate PBO. Annual admin 36 gives you 24 PB. Total of 37,650 gives you 25 PB. All those people that want to be doing 37,50, 650. If you are doing that 37,650, you see all that PB accumulation of 200 million. You have removed yourself. Just know that. Yes, you have removed yourself. So that's what you get. Subscribe towards your home ownership by paying in any of the following. So the most popular one is 52,650, which is a classic 15,000. So when that 52,650 is divided into two, the 37,650 is your registration and your annual admin fee. The 15,000 is your home ownership deposit. That's what makes it 52,650. Or you can join as an elite with 150,000. But you see, for every other classic elite or VIP, you get more PVs. Are you seeing the numbers there? If you're doing elite, which is 150, you get 100 PV time plus 25, that's 125. Okay? If you're doing VIP, which is 1.5, you get 1,000 PV plus 25 PV, which is 1,025 PV. You can then continue to pay in any installment of your choice, not less than 50,000 monthly. So it's not just because, if you started with 1.5 or 150, it doesn't mean that the following month you must pay that 150. Once you start off with either 15,000, 150 or 1.5, you're only mandated to do that at the beginning, okay? And then subsequent payments, if you're going to do the monthly, bi-monthly or quarterly payment, you don't have to do 1.5, you don't have to do 150, you can do 15,000. or anything more, but not below 15,000. Did you understand that? So there is no pressure. But the only thing is that when you launch out with elite or VIP, your PV goes up. And when you recruit people that also launch with VIP or elite, your PV will also go up. Remember that the case study we use with Isaac is just with the 52,650. Do you understand? So the least you can get in that 8th level is over 200 million. Imagine if you're having 1.5. Now I don't enter billion now. Am I correct? Let's say all of them are 1.5, 1.5. That's a lot. Or 150. Next slide. So that's the bank details. PHPAC means property, P1 Homes Property Access Club. So some people, when you send them that account number, they say it's not P1. Are you not a scammer? P1 Homes Property Access Club is what PHPAC stands for. So you pay into that Zenith account. What else? So you make your registration payment and also your initial deposit into the company account, that Zenith Bank. You visit www.p1businessowners.com and fill the form, or get the referral link of the person who introduced you to this business and click on it and fill the form. You'll receive a welcome email to acknowledge your membership. Very simple. If you don't have your referral link, just go to that website, click on your referral link, you'll see it there, because it's new. It's not like the old one you used to have. And with that, we come to the end of this training. Thank you very much. Any question? If you have any question, I think you can answer that question by yourself, because I think I really took time to explain. But if you have any question, can we quickly just do it?